Hey there, Metalheads, Flying V here, and today I'm going to show you my guitars. I have 3 guitars here. I have an acoustic and 2 electrics. I'm just going to talk a little bit about them. I'm also going to talk about my setup here. So, with that being said, let's go. Alright, first we have a Martin Acoustic. This particular model is the Little Martin. I know it's kind of hard to see through there, but that's what it says. It has a solid spruce top. Although, I don't really think it's spruce. I think it's more like birch. And I think on the back, it's more of a spruce color, including on the back of the neck and the head itself. Has 6 strings, 20 frets. Of course, it just has like a standard like black painted fretboard. But here's some pretty nice guitars. I think I got this one 2 years ago, and I still use it every once in a while. But still, it's a good guitar. If you don't have a lot of money right now, then I would not recommend buying one of these because they're expensive. Okay, I think if you're trying to look for an acoustic and you're like a beginner, I'd say get like a cheaper guitar, but I think you should eventually get one of these. So let's move on. Alright, now we have a 2012 Les Paul Studio made by Gibson. This one has a double coil Gibson pickups. A double coil meaning it has these. You can I'm gonna pull this thing up and I'm gonna push it down. This applies to both the volume knobs. Has the 2 tone knobs right here. Has a switch here. I believe rhythm is this pickup. This is both of them. Treble is this pickup. I currently have set the treble because it sounds the best. This one has 22 frets, has a rosewood fretboard, and just a standard black back of neck and body. I guess it's kind of like a gloss black. I don't know for sure. Now the thing is with these studio models is that they're kind of like the entry models, because they'll have much cheaper parts. Like in this case, it has the plastic tuning pegs. It also at one point had a plastic black jack plate. However, I replaced it with a gold one because the plastic ones crack really easily. Matter of fact, that actually happened with me. Has the pick guard here. Has the standard 6 strings. I'll also say if you're looking for a official Les Paul Gibson, this is probably the cheapest one you can find. Now I know Gibson guitars supposedly suck now, but this one's good. I will just make a note for a fact that this guitar, along with all the other Les Pauls, are pretty expensive. However, you can get these used on eBay for fairly cheap. But even if you don't want to spend money on these, you can always get the Epiphones because they're cheaper. So let's move on. Alright, finally we're going to get to my Kirk Hammett ESP, the LTD model, which is essentially the cheaper version of this guitar. I got this one on eBay for about $400. Now the official signature model is like somewhere over $1,000, somewhere between $1,000 and $2,500. I don't know for sure. Please quote me on that. Anyways, this one has single coil pickups, both humbucker, just like the Les Paul. Has a tremolo bar with a Floyd Rose floating bridge. Has the switch over here. I believe this one goes to the rhythm pickup. This one, of course, is both. And this one is this one. Has two volume knobs here. This one is for tone. Has 24 frets. Has the skull and crossbone fret markers on the front of the neck here. On the side, it has little dots. Les Paul has them as well. Sorry I didn't show them. Has the 6 strings on one side of the neck. Has a rosewood fretboard and a maple back of neck. Now, I like this guitar. However, I believe the action is a little too high for my liking. Tuning this thing is a pain in the neck. Okay, and pretty much what you have to do is that you pretty much have to unscrew these. You have to tune everything like a little bit short of the key that you want to tune it to, so all the other strings don't go out of tune, which I think is really annoying. Okay, so I would say if you have the patience to replace the strings and tune a guitar with a Floyd Rose bridge, I'd say get one of these, because it sounds great. Action's a little high, but I'm sure you can fix that yourself. So let's move on. Right now I'm going to get to my setup. First one I have here is an Acoustic G10 amplifier. It's just a little one, but still sounds good. Has the gain and volume controls for the lead, and then has the volume control for rhythm, and then for the rest of the stuff, you have bass, mid, and treble. Now, it actually has 2 channels to it. This one is rhythm, this one is lead, which I keep it in because, frankly, it just sounds so much better. And it has a mid shift, which I guess complies with this. Makes it sound a lot, tighter, or whatever you call it. Has a place to plug in an MP3 player. Has a place to plug in your headphones. Of course, it has an input jack here. You can plug in a cable. Has the power switch here. That's on. That's off. I also have a big Boss GT6 guitar effects processor effects box. This is actually my dad's, but he let me have it. Of course, on the back here it has the power button. Just adjust it here. Oh, I'm gonna turn on. Hang on, give it a second. Alright, it's currently set to 80s metal, which I really like. It also has this little thing here where you can, like, little switch between all the little banks and stuff. I always wanted to switch it back to 80s metal because it sounds cool. Has a bunch of other stuff here. Has the tuner button, or if you press it, it'll go to the tuner. If you hit it again, it'll go back to 80s metal, or you can just hit exit. It also has right, which I don't really know what that does. Also has some knobs to adjust the overdrive and distortion, delay, chorus, reverb, and your speaker settings and all that. Just turn it off there. Also has the bank switching thing here. Also has a pedal to either silence the a distortion of your a guitar, or it can also function as a wah pedal. However, I don't really know what the control thing does. Anyways, I would say if you're looking for an effects box or some way to get effects, don't go with these because they're big, heavy, and they take up too much space. I just happen to have one of these. Really because it's my dad's, like I just said. I also have a Fab Metal pedal, which I don't really use. It's by Dane Electro. So I guess I could technically daisy chain this to my effects box if I wanted to, but it's like, I got everything here, so why bother? Whereas all stuff plugged in here. But this also has the 9-volt DC plug where you can plug in a power supply. It will also run on battery as well. It has an output port, an input port, has a couple of settings here. You can adjust the level. This is higher. This is lower. You gotta set it to like really, really low, or else you're probably gonna blast your ears. You have tone, which is equalizer, and at last you have gain. So, yeah. Top of that, I also have a spare. A pig hog. A cable here. It's like 20 feet long. I also have a green one, also made by a pig hog, except it's only 10 feet. And let me just, whatever, I'll fix that later. Here is the place where I record all my guitar cover videos. It's essentially on Manhasset music stand. I have some earplugs here. I got a metronome here. This metronome is also my dad's. It has 2 settings. It also has a place to plug in your headphones. First setting, if you flip it this way, you have a beat. The second one is just the light. It'll just blink at a certain tempo. I currently have it set to 104 beats per minute. I know it's kind of hard to see, but whatever. Just having a spare pick here. Got a slide tube in case I ever want to play, you know, some blues. So that's pretty much it. So that's essentially my guitars and my setup. Now you know all the behind the scenes stuff. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and share the video. May the force be with you. Mosh hard.